Imagine getting paid to work on your project or whatever you want to build. No BS politics, no bureaucracy, no hassle. Simply ship code, create impact, and cash in at the end of the month. Well, that's exactly what near particle rewards are. Welcome back, friends. My name is AVP, and I cover everything related to the near ecosystem as you work towards user-owned AI. Near particle rewards were just announced, redacted, and it's probably one of the coolest things that may be overlooked because the name is a little bit generic and it sounds a lot like some of the other particle rewards like staking, farming. But this one is way better. So this is a builder-focused, developer-first, transparent, metric-based reward system that directly ties all the incentives to the actual value generated. I personally like it because at the very core, Near always has had that sustainability rewards for builders in mind. One early example of that is from the fees paid, 17% get burned and 30% go to the contract. That's been day since day one, core particle implementation. However, you can see how a lot of things have to happen until your smart contract has enough traction for that 30% to be meaningful. Specifically, I like this because there's been a lot of effort poured into hackathons to onboard people. Maybe you get some prize money, but between the hackathon being venture funded, a lot of things happen. The other thing that I like about this is that it really addresses a lot of challenges that many ecosystems have been having, namely aligning incentives. A lot of people get a grant, lump sum up front, and then they never deliver. Or people try getting very clever and having a very fair system for grants, and it's just too cumbersome. People just want to build. So I feel like this really strikes the right balance. And without further ado, let's jump in. So the too long didn't watch is Near is solving builder rewards in the most near way possible for technology. So there is a new Near Particle Rewards SDK. You can install it in your program with just one line and it starts tracking. What does it track? Two things. On the GitHub side, it tracks activity, the number of commits, the quality of those commits, the number of contributors, among others. On the on-chain activity side, it tracks users, transactions, TVL, anything that may be relevant to the project and that may capture that value created. The data gets aggregated, verified by, I've been told, a sophisticated AI, so good luck cheating. And at the end of the month, rewards are automatically paid out. How much could I be earning, AVP? Great question. So at the moment, the project is in beta mode. This round has actually just closed, and it is starting with a small pool of only $50,000. I wouldn't be too concerned about the size of the pool because this is going to keep expanding over time as the project keeps maturing and evolving. But they do provide a few earning scenarios here on the low activity, roughly $100, which may not seem like much, but it's probably good to acknowledge people's efforts and to keep them active, encourage them to double down or triple down whenever they're able to. And then on the high end, high impact, we've got up to $10,000, which is, I think, a very decent incentive for builders. As part of aligning incentives, the rewards distributed are split 50% cash in hand, 50% vested over a 6 months period. If we jump over to the GitHub, we can see a summary of the things that we've already mentioned. The first thing that is worth mentioning again is that this is a developer-first funding solution for the Near ecosystem. Unlike many initiatives that Near is rolling out this year, it sometimes requires us to literally forget about what has been tried before. There may have been some challenges in the past in getting money to the right hands. There may have been some overcomplicated experiments with bureaucracy, with governance, with corruption. What I really like about this is that it truly delivers a solution that is fair, that it is objective, and that it is targeted at the people that we really care about the most. Namely, how to sustainably fund and reward developers building high impact projects. There is now a strong incentive for people to think in creating impact. It's maybe a nuanced distinction, but a very powerful one, because building for impact is different than building whatever to unlock a grant as X liquidity and then the energy and the passion drops off. We've already covered the problem. There is a big gap between winning a hackathon and becoming venture funded. developers do not want to deal with bureaucracy. They just want to focus on building. There's been challenges in the past with how we measure the impact of projects, especially when the decision maker doesn't really understand the technology or the industry or the region. And finally, the money is given up front and projects tend to ghost after that. So the solution, Particle Rewards, provides automated tracking of development metrics and project impact, merit-based rewards tied directly to contributions, transparent objective criteria for funding, sustainable ongoing rewards at scale with project growth. The sustainability part really can't be understated. I personally love that for as long as you are shipping code and getting traction and creating value, those rewards will keep flowing monthly. Because even if we look at a case where you may have received a lump sum of money, if you're actually shipping, that money runs out and then a new headache begins of where will the next source of money come from. But these rewards can be going on in a way that scales with project growth. And the next thing that they don't actually mention here explicitly is that in regards to scaling, the Particle Rewards SDK as a technology solution is also designed to scale with the ecosystem. I get very excited when I think of this system that it is built to handle 100 builders, 1,000 builders, 10,000 builders. Imagine the flywheel that could be unlocked in the ecosystem by having an ever-growing amount of builders that in an objective and fair way, they create value, they get rewarded. This is probably the best place to build right now in Web3. The last thing that I'll add is that the SDK handles all the technical part, collection, the tracking, the paying out, but that's not all. Perhaps my favorite, because I'm a very visual learner, is Protocol Rewards dashboard. So the dashboard will be able to provide real-time visualization of all the developer activity and metrics for the entire ecosystem and world to see. It will also provide persistent storage of historical contribution so that there is continuity over time, analytics and insights for project maintainers, reward distribution. I think this is amazing as a transparency tool. It's also great to create status and recognition for contributors, not just financial. And I really like it because let's say that for whatever reason, your project sunsets, you decide to no longer keep doing whatever you were doing. I get a feeling that this is going to be the absolute best place to recruit people in the ecosystem and to find talent. So friends, if you like what you see, you can get started with just one line, npm install Particle Rewards, and the SDK is in. As I mentioned, the beta program just closed, but I would encourage everyone to follow Near Horizon. And if this is something that interests you, follow the GitHub, join the community, give feedback, and very soon there will be new intakes for the next round. And I hope to see as many people as possible building and be rewarded. Friends, that's it for me. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that I missed, anything that you're excited about, anything that you'd like to know. And I'll see you in the next one.